Hey guys, one hit wonder here for another edition of Plugged In Short Circuit. Now, this short circuit's going to be a little bit of sad news, I guess. Can't be happy all the time, but it is about gaming, so take that what you will. But first, I want to talk about a little site called GameTrailers.com. I mean, it's probably not so little in these days, but GameTrailers.com was a site that focused on games, and I guess you could say games journalism as well. It was a vast library of game trailers. Of course, that's why the site was named Game Trailers. But it also had its own original programming, including game reviews and some other awesome shows like Pop Fiction and their GT retrospectives and all that. And I'll get to that in just a bit. But it's been such a mainstay in the gaming journalism news field or something. It was definitely a player such as like IGN or Polygon or whatever, or Kotaku even, in the field, and they've been around for a while. But unfortunately, that would end as of last night, as it was announced that Game Trailers was being shut down. And I actually want to take a look at the Facebook post that they just put out here, or they put out last night. I'm gonna read it to you right now. So this is on the Facebook. I'm going to link in the description so you can read it if you want. After 13 years, Game Trailers is closing down today. When Game Trailers was founded in 2002, internet video was a revolutionary concept. YouTube wouldn't be founded for another 3 years, and consumer live streaming was 9 years away. Back then, online game journalism was still dominated by text articles and static imagery. The most prestigious coverage still happened in print. If you wanted to watch a show about video games, you had to watch it on a special TV station that had 10 shows. I'm assuming they were referring to like the TV station G4, which rest in peace, so all that. Game trailers helped change all that. Today, game journalism is dominated by video, including trailers, live gameplay, let's plays, and news shows. Now there are millions of hours of content available at any time on your PC, your game console, your TV, and your phone. We're proud we helped bring this world into being. That is the legacy of Game Trailers. We're grateful to all of our fans who helped make us successful. Thank you for your continued support over the years. It has been an adventure. Now, the unfortunate thing about this whole thing was the fact that Defy Media, the current parent company of Game Trailers, decided to bring this out, pretty much spring this out of the blue for them. They had no idea they were going to be shut down, as shown by this NeoGaf post by Ben himself, which reads, "Hi everyone, Ben here. I just want to confirm that Game Trailers is shutting down officially today. Everyone is being let go. We all found out mere hours ago, so we're still reeling a bit. Sincerely, thank you for all the tremendous support." This isn't a new thing for companies. They usually don't tell their employees they're going to get laid off until the last minute. They say, "Oh, you're getting laid off," then they lay them off. Of course, I can't really speak for the internal politics of companies and, the decisions of this. We don't know why Defy Media decided to do this. It was probably a financial decision or what they're going to be planning to do with the Game Trailers brand, if anything, going forward. Of course, I can speculate that companies do this because of the fact that they don't want their employees jumping ship. If you tell them you're going to be closing down in, say, like 2 or 3 months, why would the employees stay? They're going to start their job hunt, and they're going to try and get a job as fast as they can. So whether that, instead of luring them and just having them leave on their own, the company would just milk the most cash they can out of saying, "Oh, you made the most. We got the money out of you. You're all gone." And I feel for these guys because now all of them are out of a job. Whether or not they stay out of a job for long is to be seen, but I never wish that on anyone. As someone who's currently looking for a job themselves, it's not that easy. And a lot of young people, well, I can't say these game trailer people are young, but who knows? A lot of young people these days are not having a good time finding a job, and it's becoming incredibly hard as companies just do not want to hire anymore. So I definitely wish them the best in trying to find a new job, but it's not that easy anymore. The jobs just aren't there. Now, GameTrailers has had a very long lasting legacy, and going back to the original programming, personally, I preferred their video reviews of games over, say, IGN or Kotaku or Polygon. I just preferred them over that their video stuff because I liked GT's production values. I liked their style of video reviews, their editing, their narration, their everything. The voiceover guy, they got such a good guy at doing his job, and I just preferred their videos. Even like that's not to say I didn't agree with all their opinions all the time on their reviews. That's far from it. Some reviews I didn't agree with, but I did generally like their opinions, their reviews a lot compared to the other sites. And that's definitely what I'm going to miss the most. And also some of the original programming. Pop Fiction, which is basically like Mythbusters for video games. That was a great show that they had back in the day. And of course, it kind of fell off because I think they were running out of ideas or the well was running dry. But they did a great job. They did a lot of research in this stuff. And that research goes also into their retrospectives that they did for different game series, including Final Fantasy, including Star Wars series, including a Metal Gear Solid series. Those retrospectives were very, very well done. And I liked watching them and learning about some of my favorite games. And even GT Timeline, which they only did one episode. They were going to do a second episode on Metal Gear Solid, but the GT Timeline they did do, was about Kingdom Hearts. And they did a very good job, and if anyone wants to learn about the Kingdom Hearts story, because it's got very complicated, should go watch that, because they did a fantastic job of explaining it in a way that a lot of people will understand, and they don't necessarily need to buy 10 consoles to get. They had some great stuff on their site. And of course, lately they've kind of not have had that much original stuff. I think that has a lot to do when Defy Media bought them, they downsized the site tremendously, cutting about 2/3 of the staff. They were working on basically a skeleton crew. Now, granted, I don't know how many people you need for a site like this, but it's never a good thing when they downsize, because usually when they start downsizing, that's when the writing on the wall starts to appear that maybe they're not going to be lasting so much longer. But they still had some good stuff. A lot of people like Kyle Bossman and his show, The Final Bossman, and now people are wondering, what is he going to do? Is he going to go to YouTube, continue the Final Bossman? Is he going to make a new show? I think he should go to YouTube, because a lot of people have went to YouTube and found great success. And since he has an established fan base already, he can do that and kind of pick up where he left off. I mean, Jim Sterling went to YouTube. I mean, look at some of the other guys. Cynical Brit, Angry, no, not Angry Video Game Nerd. Angry Joe, yeah. Look at the success they had on YouTube. What's to say Kyle Bossman can't go to YouTube and have probably the same success? He has an established fan base already. Anyway, that's going to be the question coming out of this. What are these guys going to do now? They're going to go to IGN. They're going to go to Kotaku or the other game journalism sites. But there's no denying that it's another gaming journalism site that is going down. And it just seems like gaming journalism is now starting to die. That's unfortunate. But not to say it's not expected. GameTrailers has been kind of turned into a fossil because, as you said before, like when they started, we didn't have Let's Plays. We didn't have an established YouTube base. We didn't have a place where we could watch GameTrailers in a centralized location. But with YouTube, they've kind of beat out what GameTrailers has been doing in certain ways, especially with their content. The video player for GameTrailers has been a fossil. YouTube has been dominating them in that regard. The fact that YouTube has the 60 frames per second, GameTrailers still doesn't have that kind of stuff, is a testament to that, even though GameTrailers has been uploading their stuff to YouTube. And again, they've been uploading their stuff to YouTube. Why go to their GameTrailers site when everything is being uploaded to YouTube and it's a better player, a better functioning video service? That's probably why Defy Media made the decision to cut them. But that still doesn't excuse the fact that all these people are now out of a job. But, GameTrailers has left a lasting impression. And granted, they've had their ups and downs. When Spike TV bought them, they were the last owners. They kind of went into this Mountain Dew Doritos thing, or whatever. I don't know, just weird like bro stuff, this MOG stuff. But after that kind of period, they kind of broke off and it kind of got back to being, I guess, good. But I guess good is subjective. But let's not also forget Screw Attack owes them a lot too, because they hosted. GameTrailers was the host of a lot of Screw Attack content, including Angry Video Game Nerd and studying Craig's top tens and the top tens of Screw Attack. So Screw Attack owes a lot of their established fan base, their grown success to GameTrailers and the content that they posted on their site as a part of GameTrailers, like a network for GameTrailers. And, like I said, Angry Video Game Nerd got his start with Screw Attack and in a way GT. So Angry Video Game Nerd owes a lot of his success as well to GT, GameTrailers. So it's unfortunate, and, it's always unfortunate for me to see another game journalism site go down in flames. The last one I really liked was Joystick. It went down. Of course, it kind of joined Engadget, but I don't know if it's the same anymore. I don't really follow it. Now we just have IGN and Kotaku and Polygon. And Polygon, Kotaku in particular, have not necessarily had the most popular of days with a lot of gamers. IGN, I can't really say. It's kind of a mixed bag, and whether or not people hate it or people like it or not. But the one thing that we're losing here is that GameTrailers was a group of gamers. They were a group of people who loved video games, who reported nothing but video games. They reported about just video games. IGN, Kotaku, Polygon can't say that. They have, well, I don't know about Kotaku maybe, but Polygon and IGN in particular have not necessarily been always about video games. They do video games are a big chunk of them, sure, but they've been focusing on a lot of entertainment stuff as well, like comics, TVs, movies stuff, TV shows, movies, and all that. So, where they have kind of went out to different markets, kind of different focuses, GameTrailers has always been about video games. And that is one of the biggest losses we're losing here. We're losing a journalism outlet that was focused solely on video games and was run by people who loved video games and loved the medium. And for that, you will be missed. I'll pour one out for you, I guess. If I had a beer bottle, I guess. Rest in peace, GameTrailers, because you have definitely left a legacy, and I hope the best of luck to anyone who's losing their job because it's closing. And, hopefully that their series, their legacy can rub off on future content producers and video game lovers everywhere. So in that, rest in peace, GameTrailers.com. This has been Plugged In Short Circuit, and I have been One Hit Wonder, and I will see you next time.